Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Topic of the Week. And in this week's episode, I'm gonna talk about the downfall of Reddit. So please allow me to walk you through this madness step by step with ghoulish delight. Anyhow, as I was saying, when I recorded my Has Freedom of Speech Died on Reddit video, I had no bloody idea how close to the truth I was at that point. And keep in mind that the video was recorded back in June the 12th to be exact, and since then things has gone from bad to even worse on Reddit, I kid you not, as Ellen Pao has gone full fucking Mcintosh mode on Reddit. I honestly have no idea what it is that makes her tick, or what it is that drives her to do the stuff she does, nor what her state of mind looks like. But I know one thing for sure, Ellen Pao has lost her bloody mind and she's running wild all over the place at the moment. So, do you want some examples of Pao's madness? Alrighty then! I'm talking about the fact that Reddit talent associate Victoria Taylor has been fired from her position, that many Reddit mods has lost their powers, and that many subreddits and Reddit users have started to revolt. In short, it's a bloody mess at Reddit right now. You could call it a full-blown war zone, really. And the funny thing is this, just the night before all of this took place, everything seemed to be alright. Well, okay, let's mess it up. But then Ellen Pao opened up the Pandora's box and the gates to hell. However, I'm going to start with Victoria Taylor, as her termination had a huge impact on what's currently going down at Reddit. So gather around your computers, people, because it's story time! Anyways, Victoria Taylor has been a part of the Reddit team since June 2013, and she has played a really important part of Reddit since then, as Taylor has been Reddit's talent associate for years. Taylor has basically been the link between celebrities and Reddit. In short, she made the Ask Me Anything subreddits happen on Reddit. So why did Reddit fire Victoria Taylor then? I mean, she did a bloody great job. Well, no one knows for sure. Well, okay, Ellen Pao knows for sure, but besides her, there's just rumors and speculations going on, really. Like the rumor that Victoria Taylor denied American civil rights activist and Baptist minister Jesse Jackson the ability to have his own AMI on Reddit. Why? Well, if the rumors are true, then Taylor pointed out that Jesse Jackson is nothing more than a hate-filled race baiter. However, I think it's much more likely that Victoria Taylor got fired because of her despise of the increasing commercialization of Reddit, especially due to the future plans for a video version of the MEAs, as Taylor never really liked the idea of turning the MEAs into a PR circus. No, Victoria Taylor wanted to keep the MMAs in the same shape and state as they have always been, and I think that's why she lost her job in the first place. But hey, why should you even care about your community, and why even bother about what people hate and love, right? Yes, that was of course deep sarcasm on my behalf, if you didn't get it. Anyhow, onward we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ellen Pao's comment karma that's been visualized into one single beautiful picture. And I mean everything from the archive comments, the decision to fire Victoria Taylor, to the "we apologize" statement. Yes, karma can be a real bitch when you're a slimeball. And speaking of slimeballs, just when I thought that Ellen Pao couldn't possibly sink any lower as a so-called human being, she decided to fire the leukemia-sick Reddit team member David Crouch. In fact, what you're looking at right now is David's original subreddit about the matter on Reddit. When I heard about this, I got so mad that I had to go for a really long walk, just so that I could cool myself down a bit, because my blood was boiling pretty much. Anyhow, I'm not going to read David's whole post since it's really long. However, I have archived his post and added it to the video description box, so you can actually read David's whole post if you feel like it. So be my guests. I will however read David's own statement on why Ellen Pao fired him, and this is what David told Dig.com just recently. I received a call from Ellen stating that I was to be terminated in less than a week. When I asked what the specific reason was, she had roughly stated that, because of our discussion, you are too sick to properly fulfill your duties as a community manager. I pleaded with Ellen to let me stay. She finally stated that if I were to get permission from my doctor, stating that it was okay for me to move to San Francisco and begin to work, that I would be able to come back. Unfortunately, a day later she called and once again stated that I was fired, stating that work will be too demanding for my health. David Crouch, former Reddit staff member. You know, if this doesn't make your blood boil, then nothing will for sure. As for me, normally I don't use foul language, but I'm ready to make an exception in this case. So screw you, Ellen Pao, you money-greedy evil twat. Now it's time for a really stupid tweet about the Reddit Revolt from Vox content director Max Fisher, and this is what Fisher said. Reading up on the Reddit Revolt becomes clear the real complainant is having a CEO who is a woman and non-white. That's probably the most stupid comment that I have ever seen and heard in the case with the Reddit Revolt. Here's the truth, however. The Reddit community doesn't dislike Ellen Pao because she's a woman, nor because she's an Asian person. The Reddit community dislikes her because of her stupid decisions, bad behavior, and her lack of respect for Reddit as a whole. So don't you dare bring gender and race issues into this, Max Fisher, as it's pure bullshit. And let's not forget the fact that there's actually an ongoing petition for the resignation of Ellen Pao on change.org at this very moment. And right now that petition is very close to the 300k mark. And please feel free to correct me now, but I think that the petition got caught on fire on the very same day that Victoria Taylor got fired from Reddit, because the petition just accelerated more and more for each hour that went by shortly after her termination. I would also like to read a really good comment about the case with Victoria Taylor and Ellen Pao's sudden urge to fire people. So here we go. Victoria was a mix of HR and PR. She was more or less the public face of Reddit. There's no doubt that letting her go was a very political move. Pao seems to be pouring almost the whole staff and replacing them with people who support her views, all as an intern CAO. This comment was written by Nocturnal Quill via vote.co. Then we got the also famous Mod News We Apologize statement on Reddit, and that statement was posted not so long ago, and well, what can I say, it's like a maximum damage control kind of move. In all seriousness though, does anyone really believe a word of this? I mean, it's just empty promises really. Nothing will change unless Ellen Pao steps down as the CEO of Reddit. And I can't say that I see that happening anytime soon, if you know what I mean. So there you have it. That was everything that I had to say about Reddit and Ellen Pao at this time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to comment, subscribe and to like this video. With that said, take care people. Adios. Well, thank you very much for watching our video, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of love to ya. Now don't you forget to click that nice subscribe button up here so that you don't miss out on any of our new videos. And if you want to support our videos, then show us some love on Patreon. Speaking of videos, in video number 1 I talk about how Gamergate has changed the games industry. In video number 2 I talk about how the freedom of speech has died on Reddit. And in video number 3, I talk about how Kotaku and Polygon lied about the ukulele Kickstarter campaign. So with that said, take care people, adios.